Fucking have a welcome back to the show, Chris. Dude, if I didn't listen to music, it would be an absolute nightmare. It'd be about every 5 fucking minutes.
Oh, believe me, right now we wouldn't be doing a show if it weren't for music and things. I'd be like, oh shit, I need to put that in here. I need to put this on. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be, I'd be a horrible friend in Discord right now. Oh well, fuck, guys. Let's jump to it. It's another day, another podcast, and I showed you guys something I found today on the interweb that I'm excited about. So let's dive into this in three, two, one. It's shed time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime podcast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, there is no air horn today because your boy is so behind the eight ball, I couldn't even be bothered to fight with it. But that being said, I mentioned something really cool that I saw on the internet today, and I made sure to even leave the article up in my browser because I wanted to be able to like actually see some of the details. But for those who are fans of Snickerdoodle cookies, Twix is dropping a Snickerdoodle Twix. And it's coming in July. So we don't have too long to wait.
Now,
So
see,
according to the article I came across, Parade Magazine managed to get their hands on some samples of the treat, and they report that they actually opted to put cinnamon in the caramel as well, so that you actually will taste cinnamon. It's not just cinnamon cookie in there. There's cinnamon in the caramel. So you, as soon as you bite in it, it says the snickerdoodle. They said the snickerdoodle's flavor isn't subtle at all, with cinnamon detected upon the very first bite. They found it quite interesting that Twix opted to make the caramel cinnamon flavored. It's a rather unexpected twist that enhances the presence of the warm, zesty spice, leaving absolutely no doubt about what this Twix was inspired by. I know I'm a big Snickerdoodle fan, James. I know you're a big Snickerdoodle fan.
I want one right now.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Obviously, I can't say because I've never had one, but I almost wish they would have just did the cookie and left the cinnamon out of the caramel,
I feel
just
like
so
you
it's
wouldn't even
got.
taste it. I feel like that's why they did that though, because like I don't think you'd even taste the cinnamon if it was just in the cookie.
I think you would because like here's my thing.
I think you
This
would.
here's my thinking behind it. Right? It's because yeah, it's a Snickerdoodle Twix, right? So give me that Snickerdoodle cookie, but I still also just want, the Twix aspect, you know what I mean, of the chocolate and the caramel. Obviously, like I said, this is all speculation. We don't know. None of us have had one. Who knows? Maybe Sean's right. Maybe putting that little extra cinnamon in there does make sure that like they even said in the thing. But
Well, I mean,
I
here's
don't
my
know,
thought,
man.
right? Do you eat
I
a
just don't.
Twix like a normal person? Just, end
Yeah,
to
I just
end?
take a
Or,
bite.
yeah, you're
Absolutely
not one of
not.
these strange people who just eat it like top down, clear
No,
off all the
no, no,
caramel, then clear off
no,
the,
no.
yeah.
I do
So that's
one and one. I eat like one bite of caramel and then I eat one bite of cookie and then I'll like eat that whole and then the other one I'll eat all regular.
so
I don't know
Chris
why.
would be
I've
the
done that
guy.
forever.
Chris would be the guy who would actually recognize the cinnamon, I think, if they didn't put cinnamon in the caramel. But and again, we're speculating. I'm just throwing out theory here, but
Yeah, because this is my fear is that it might be too much. You know what I mean? To where it's just and because that's the thing about cinnamon. You know what I mean? A little goes a long way, and I just don't want it to be over cinnamony to where it's just like it's pretty much it tastes just like a snickerdoodle. Like I still want the Twix aspect. You know what I mean?
Well, you still have it though, because like the caramel is still gonna be
Well,
caramel.
yeah, but I don't want it to be too cinnamony, is what I'm saying. Like I don't want it to be all cinnamon. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's exactly what a snickerdoodle is. It's just pretty much a
Well, like a
cinnamon sugar
snickerdoodle
cookie.
has cinnamon in the cookie, and then most of them have like cinnamon sugar sprinkled on top.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like maybe that's the idea. They're like, we're gonna make a snickerdoodle cookie, and then we're gonna add some cinnamon, so it's like the cinnamon sugar on top of it. I feel like it
See,
probably won't be
I
too much.
almost would have rather them do that. Like after they fucking do like run it through the conveyor where the chocolate gets laid on it, do a little dusting of cinnamon sugar on top of the chocolate. That might have been kind of something different.
I mean, I like cinnamon in chocolate, and I think that would, like, a cinnamon chocolate on the outside
Yeah,
could have
like
done
just
it.
or just like a sprinkle, like just the cinnamon sugar dusting on the top. You know what I'm saying? That way, it's not too heavy in there. You know, it's just just
Yeah,
like you would on the cookie.
but that I think that would piss me off, honestly, because you know what's
Honestly,
going to
the thing
happen.
is, I after saying it, I'm like, I could see Sean absolutely hating
Yeah,
that.
because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to be the guy out of the three of us that bought the package that all the cinnamon fell the fuck off, and I just
Well,
got a
no,
plain
no.
old
See, this is
Twix.
the thing.
You
This is
know?
why you do it fresh off the conveyor after the chocolate's freshly been laid on it. Then you dust it to where the dusting sets in the chocolate as it cools and sets. You know what I'm saying? So you sprinkle it onto the melty chocolate as it's cooling. So where it's almost as it's mixed in, but not quite. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
We're just
that wouldn't
spitballing
be for
here.
me. You know what I mean? Because like then I don't think I'm getting enough to call it a snickerdoodle flavor.
No, still, but they still have the cinnamon cookie in there, but you have this instead of it being in the caramel. I almost just want it on the outside on the chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from.
You know what I'm
Did you
saying?
ever try the cookie dough
No,
one?
because
I thought it was
here's the thing.
trash.
Here's the
It
thing,
wasn't that
bro.
good.
I don't like. I enjoy like cookie dough ice cream from time to time, but I don't really like cookie dough and other at like like they have the little cookie dough covered or the chocolate covered cookie dough ball things that you can get. They're like little candies. Don't like them.
See, I'll eat those, but I found that like a cookie dough snickerdoodle or a cookie dough snickerdoodle, a cookie dough Twix kind of just hit like a plain Twix with some chocolate chips in the cookie. And it was like a subpar version of a classic Twix to me. I didn't feel like it did anything to change the experience. Unlike the salted caramel one,
Dude,
where
that
like when
one
you
just
get that
fucking
chunk of
bangs,
salt in it, you're
bro.
like, okay, this is a big deal. Like
That
if it
that
was
one was
just
a home run.
yeah, like if it was just like a a light amount of added salt in the caramel, I don't think it would have hit as hard. It was that flaky salt that you bit into that was under that caramel that made it. And I kind of feel like that's how the snickerdoodle's going to work. But we won't know till July when they drop. So we'll definitely all be on the lookout for those. Allegedly, by the time the listeners hear this, they should definitely be on the market, if not already sold out. But allegedly, those horchata Oreos we were talking about a week or two ago should be out on the market right now. I haven't found them yet.
Oh, you know what I heard about the other day too, bro? They were fuck. It was like a nutty buddy cream
The
pie.
Nutty Buddy cream pie, it's
Yeah.
fucking awful.
Is it?
I bought a box. They're fucking awful because it's not a Nutty Buddy. It's literally the garbage peanut butter cream pie that they already made, just covered in the Nutty Buddy chocolate.
Oh.
And like my genuine problem with the Little Debbie peanut butter cream pie, and now by extension this Nutty Buddy cream pie, is that is like overkill sweet. It doesn't have enough peanut butter flavor. It's just like straight sugar with a touch of peanut butter to me. And
Dude, they
so
have
like,
Nutty Buddy cakes now.
yeah, I haven't tried those, and I'm very intrigued. I haven't seen them in store yet, but I have seen them like around the interweb.
I don't know if I like that.
That's one of those like I don't know if I want a box. I'd love it if I found like a single to try first, but I don't think that's what I'm gonna get a single of.
On a completely unrelated note to anything to do with food at all. So when Sean said he was going to put on some music, I was like, let me see like what my Spotify is saying because I just had like a random playlist playing. And dudes, 3 days ago, one of my favorite bands from being a teenager put out a new song. And they hadn't put out new music since 2003.
Talk about the new MXPX.
I wouldn't listen to
It's like because
that.
they just put out a new single too, and I was like, they're still
Dude,
around?
this band is like honestly, I'm gonna say they're like way more obscure than them because I'm looking at their page right now and they have 5,277 monthly listeners. But the band's called 30 Foot Fall. They're like a Texas punk band. And it had like they had this one album called Ever Evolving, Never Evolving. And it's probably the top five of my favorite like albums of all time. And I've never seen them live. And I thought that dream was completely gone. But it turns out they're making new music. So that means that there's a chance that someday I might be able to see them. And they're probably 10 years older than I am because I'm pretty sure that Never Evolving, Ever Evolving came out probably when James was about 4 or 5 years old tops. Because like it literally it's from the mid 90s.
That's that's
But
insane.
yeah, like I said, it was totally random. It has nothing to do with food, but I just like needed to share that because the minute I've been like holding this information since we started talking about anything. And I'm like,
In
I have to say something.
in the vein of new music, I had
Mhm.
the Jackie Chan fan club over last week.
Oh yeah? Did you
Yeah,
guys
like
make something?
before our last episode actually. I had them over. No, like I don't make the music with them. I'm now basically the creative sounding board. As I put it to them, I'm like, think of me as your Rick Rubin. I just want to make it sound better. That's all I want to do. I want to just help you polish it. Yo, Chris,
Yeah.
they got a song that I really think you're gonna fuck with. If I
When's
remember
it gonna get
correctly,
released, dude?
the album's almost done.
Okay.
Like literally, we've ran through the entire album that night. The album's almost done. So right now, it took them 3 months to write and record a whole nother album.
Bro, those guys are workhorses. I love it.
And this time, they called on some friends who had more talent in certain instruments than they did. So
Yeah.
now we get some actual live drumming on a few tracks. We get actual live guitar, like electric guitar, crunchy, rock guitar on a few tracks, including one called Steering Wheel Spider, which is a straight up
Nice.
punk banger.
Nice.
And like we everybody can relate to this notion because it's literally Mike singing about how he was sitting in his car eating lunch one day and there was a fucking spider just chilling in his steering, like had built a web inside his steering wheel. And he was like, "Nah, fuck you. I don't want no fucking spider in my car." So like the whole song is basically about fuck you, spider, get the fuck out of my car.
I can't
And
wait.
yeah, I heard it and I was like, dude, Chris is gonna love this. Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like spiders in his car, and I know he loves punk. This is gonna be a jam to him.
I really don't fuck with spiders at all. I'm not scared of them. I just don't particularly like them. I don't like them being around me. When I see them, I stomp on them. In the
Uh,
house. Outside, I won't.
yeah,
Inside the house.
same. Like to me, it's survival of the fittest.
Yeah. It's like
You
outside,
don't.
that's your place, man.
Yeah,
Who am I to fucking kill you out there?
that's it.
Only thing I kill outside are fucking like Shit that bites me.
Yeah,
Like
stinging bugs.
bugs. Sorry,
Yeah,
bugs that bite me. I'm not
yeah,
like out there fucking killing fucking animals. Just bugs.
yeah.
Like
Like
today, I
like
probably killed so many black flies. Oh my god, dude. I can't. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. You see like all those
oh
red marks,
yeah.
dude? Those are all fucking black fly bites, bro. And they fucking hurt and they itch. And when I first get them, dude, I'll have like a welt that a penny couldn't cover up. And I want to fucking murder them. And they'll always fly up around like the bill of my hat. They'll like get in between my sunglasses and be like bouncing off my fucking eyeballs. Ugh, I fucking hate them.
Growing up, they used to drive me crazy. Like anytime you went somewhere where someone had a pool, I felt like that was when I always encountered them the most. Like you'd come up from underneath the water, all of a sudden, like three of those motherfuckers would hit you. Like,
Oh, are you talking about deer flies?
no, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same thing.
Black flies are like this big, like in between my fingers there. They're like little tiny. This is the thing. I've mentioned black flies before in Discord over the years ago, and no American people knew what the fuck I was talking about. Everybody knows mosquitoes, but for some reason everybody didn't they're like black flies. What are you talking about? And like I don't even know how to describe them. They don't look like a housefly.
And I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, like you know the sunglasses black flies, right? You've probably heard of that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they modeled them after that. So there must be some place in America that they call them that. Maybe the Northeast, like I don't
I don't
know,
even know
but
what they are, so I
Yeah, so
wouldn't.
I'm look. I just looked them up,
they
and
come up in the spring and they fucking take a chunk out of you, dude. And they're tiny as fuck, and it hurts way worse than a fucking mosquito.
they're
Mosquitoes don't hurt.
basically a smaller horsefly.
Yeah, they fucking rock you, dude. I hate them, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we don't have them
Horseflies,
here.
though, like let's be real. Horseflies, they hurt like a motherfucker. So do deer flies. And those are the ones that I would get hit by if I'm like in the water, like a deer fly or a horse fly.
Never
Yeah,
had to
the
deal with
that
any
that's
of
what I
them.
was thinking of. I was thinking that a black fly was just what you called a horsefly.
Yeah, like horse flies are the ones that are like this big. They're like probably almost the better part of an inch long. And when they fucking get you, so James, they're around all year round up here. And the reason why they're called horse flies, I think, is because they are huge.
No, I've seen a horse fly. I just
Oh,
we don't
okay.
do like I know what like a horse fly, the black
You
fly.
just don't
That's a totally
have them
different
where
thing.
you live.
We don't have them here,
Oh,
bro.
bro. I mean, you have
At
other
least
shit
not
that's
like I'm
probably
sure
fucked
that
up. So
like I'm sure if you maybe have like a ranch or something, you may have to deal with some horse flies
yeah,
because
because
you know
dude,
they.
like even at ranches or like horse farms, whatever, dude, they have these like crazy contraptions. There'll be like a ball that hangs underneath, and then like the horse flies come, and then somehow like they get attracted by this ball, and then they fucking go up into this fucking killing factory. I don't even know. But yeah, there's like horse flies are the biggest. They hurt like a motherfucker. Then there's deer flies, but black flies are seasonal. They come in like the springtime. It's like right when the weather starts to get warm. They come in a wave before mosquitoes, but mosquitoes just end up being from like they're starting to come here now and they'll be here until September. But black flies will be dead by the time like mid June. There won't be any more black flies. So that anyways, they're fucking destroying me at work, bro. And I'm putting fucking bug spray on like I'm literally like a dude going to the club with cologne trying to get something. You know what I mean? I'm coating myself in that shit. And I'm still just getting fucking destroyed. And you'll be like, I'll be working. Because obviously, like I'm doing tons of work with my hands. I'll be like fucking using a spade, edging a garden bed, picking weeds, whatever. And there's fucking everywhere. And then I have to like fucking rip off a glove and fucking smack my fucking neck. And I want to just fucking rage. It's fucking horrible, bro. Because they hurt.
Oh, I bet.
Yes. And they're small as fuck. And it makes no sense. And dude, they'll make you bleed.
Yeah, this article just said they're closely related to mosquitoes. So apparently they're more similar to a mosquito than a standard housefly.
Yeah, because standard housefly will never bite you. These guys take a chunk out of you, as you see. Like there's
Yeah,
literally
yeah. Like,
wounds
that
on my
thing's
fucking
fucking you
arm.
up.
Yeah.
Thing is fucking you up hard.
And dude, I've got them behind my ears. They're like up in my forehead. I just happen to scrub my forehead better, I guess. I don't know. Fuck, I hate them motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
I
I will
hate bugs
say,
that fucking I hate bugs outside that just have no purpose other than to fuck you up. Like
you won't have to deal with it
grasshoppers,
as much
bro,
of that
bring on the
soon, so that's good.
grasshoppers. I'm cool with them.
Yeah.
Dragonflies, they're amazing. They fucking
Give me
literally eat mosquitoes.
give me some praying mantis, baby.
Yeah,
They love to
give me
eat
all that
nuisance
shit.
bugs.
I'll take
But
fire ants all day. I can avoid them.
here's the problem though. Those nuisance bugs exist to feed those cool bugs
Well, I'm sure that that is true, but like, here's the thing:
and
I don't really
frogs
have a
and some other
use
cool
for the
shit.
fucking cool bugs unless like they're saving my life some way, which I guess everything's supposed to be around for a reason. But trust me, I'm probably gonna be complaining about mosquitoes real soon.
Yep.
I fucking hate
Yep.
mosquitoes too, man.
There's so many weird ways to repel mosquitoes too. Like some of them work, some of them don't. I remember reading one dryer sheets for some reason.
I believe it. I mean, there's weird shit. I remember my dad used to have this thing like when that he would have at the cottage, and it was like a it would hook up a propane tank, and like somehow the propane would, I guess, like maybe slowly get leaked or something, and it would draw the mosquitoes in, and there was like a fucking it'd probably be like a decent size like peanut butter jar size container, and like that shit would be filled after a couple days. Like it would just it's like it would suck them in or something. So like the idea is like do you kind of put them up a little bit away from where you would be outside so like they're not drawn to where you're at, but then it's also like just disposing of so many of them. Fuck bugs, dude.
You know, it's funny. It's one of those things like I like being outside,
Me
except for the
too.
bugs.
Yes, man. Bugs make fucking
And
shit
people who don't
miserable sometimes.
say that. And the other thing that makes me not enjoy being outside is people who did not train their animal. Looking at you, my piece of shit neighbor. Train your dog not to bark at every fucking time the wind blows.
Yeah, man, it's hard though. My dog barks a lot.
Like, this woman makes money. It's not like she can't afford to take the fucking dog to a dog trainer. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
fair. No, no, fair enough.
Like she can afford to take the dog to a dog trainer. Beyond that, you run a fucking Airbnb where you live in it. How the fuck would I ever want to rent a place where your dog doesn't shut the fuck up?
Oh, true. That's crazy.
I
Like,
need to tell that to my neighbors across the fucking street, bro. It's like
maybe you're
dog
gonna be
fights
like
are
me.
going on all night.
Just mouth off loud enough that they hear you. I
If
mean,
somebody,
I'm
if
moving in 3 days, so I don't care if she hates me.
yeah,
Like,
dude, if there's somebody has a dog that's just barking all through the night, I'm definitely gonna like have a
It
talk with them.
it's different when there's you got like a pack of dogs in this dude's backyard, fucking having barking fests with the neighbor's two dogs, and it's like it's one of those things where like I know you guys have probably seen this clip where it's two dogs fucking barking as vicious and violently as they can at each other through a fucking gate, and then someone opens the gate and then they just stop.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then
yep.
they close the gate and they just start going fucking wild again. It's literally that, bro. Like they're like they want to fucking kill each other, bro. And then sometimes one of the, what so I don't know what happens. Then all of a sudden one of the dogs starts fucking crying like it's fucking being murdered. It's like, dude, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. And I've kind of got like PTSD from that shit, from like my dogs getting into it a couple times and having to break up fights and shit. So that shit
Yeah.
starts happening. I hear it and my fucking heart starts fucking racing, bro.
Yeah, you get like antsy and shit.
Yeah, I fucking hate it, dude.
Yep. Yep. Like that's why like it drives me nuts. Like I will straight up get into panic attacks if I have to listen to that shit for too long. Like not good. Not
I
good.
think that like what it comes down to, dude, is there's just so many people that are so inconsiderate, and like they might not even they'd be like, Whatever, dude. It's just some dogs barking. What's your fucking problem? It's like, I don't know if it's that. Like, I will say that my dog's not like that. He's just like, he hears, like, so around me, there's a bunch of Amish people. So, like, if there's a fucking horse buggy rolling by, he'll hear it. And then he'll go look out the window. He sees them. He'll bark like 4 or 5 times. And you'll like call his name. And then he'll stop. Or the next door neighbor takes their dog out in the yard. He'll see the dog. He barks. You tell him to stop. He stops. So, like, he will bark more than I like by a lot. Because my last dog only barked when you were like roughhousing or hugging. Those are the two things for some reason. I guess the hurting thing in him. He hated if like even if I like gave my mother a hug and he was there, he would bark. But this dog barks more and it annoys me for sure. But if I had a dog that just fucking barked outside all the time, I wouldn't fucking put him outside just to fucking bark. That's inconsiderate as fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't want to fucking hear it myself, even if it was my own dog.
Not only that, but like at that point, are you even doing right by the dog if that's what you do? Like, are you being a good pet parent by
Pet
just
owner, pet owner. I am not Indy's
I don't
dad. He is my bro. He's my dude. He is not my son.
no
But
no
yes, I understand
my
what you're saying.
my pets are
Just wanted
my
to make that
children.
clear. Yeah, see, I'm not. That's not me.
I am not a slave keeper. I don't own a living thing. I'm its caretaker.
Yeah, he's my dude.
I'm
I don't
I am
own my
more a
friends.
parent to my animals than I am their slave master. That's the way I view it.
Yeah, I mean, you can view it however you'd like, really. If you wanted to be a slave master, you could be. I'm just saying that, like, I personally would not ever say that, but that's me. That's it. He's just my buddy who I happen to help live. He's like my welfare buddy. He's like my dude that I don't mind fucking throwing some food in his bowl every day a couple times, taking him for some walks, filling up his water,
You
and
take care of them.
occasionally cleaning up after his fucking stupid ass.
I was gonna
Yeah, you
say, and then
take care of
picking
them
up
like a
his
parent
shit.
takes care of a child.
No, but
Who
like
owns who, Chris? He
it's
owns
like
you.
it's like if I had a drunk buddy, I'm not just gonna leave him there, bro. I help him out. I take care of him, you know? I'll fucking hold the fucking bag he's gonna puke in, or I'll fucking make sure he gets home safe, you know? I'll put some food in his stomach.
Yeah, but you don't pay that buddy's room and board for the rest of his life.
No, but like that buddy can also bring me joy, just like Indy, you know? Because like here's the thing. For me, the reason why I like dogs so much is because they do rely on me. It also helps give me some purpose, but also it keeps me concentrated on certain things. Like I know that I can keep him alive. I know I can give him a good life because I know that I will remember to feed him. I'll remember to walk him. Where I don't always remember to do those things for myself. Like I honestly sometimes do think that his life is better than mine because I am far more structured when taking care of him than I am of myself.
Dude,
And I
dogs
have way more
really
guilt.
live better than we do.
Yeah, dude,
That's
and
just a
I have
fact.
way more fucking guilt if I let him down than I do myself. Just like just like people, to be honest. Like if I ever let you guys down, it would fucking eat me alive. But if I let myself down, whatever, dude. I've done it a million times. I'm fucking horrible to myself. So what's the big deal? But with the dog, I'm like, I gotta make sure, you know? It's like I can't just fuck around and like not go home for a while because whatever. Nah, I have to make sure that I take care of him. He's my buddy. He's my dude. He's
Yep,
got nothing without me.
it sounds an awful lot like you're not ever gonna convince me that you're not being a pet parent.
I'm a pet owner ultimately. Like,
Pet keeper.
sure. Like he's my dog. I take care of him.
Like I don't think of myself as a fish owner. I'm a fish keeper.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Like
right?
I possess a dog that I take care of.
Because like that's the thing for me is like I don't own people. I have friends, and I've even taken care of friends for sure, but I don't own them. Like that's where like my brain works on that. Is it's like
I mean, the big difference there is like those are people. Those are human beings that have the ability to take care of themselves.
so do the animals if we didn't fucking domesticate them.
Well, here's the deal. I already know that this dog will get hit by a car within the first fucking 2 days. Like
Well,
he's
all
not
right.
that smart when
Well,
it comes to that shit, bro. Like
but again, we go back to the last part of that statement, which was if we didn't domesticate them. If he was just a wild fucking dog, he would know better than to, run into the street. But he's a
yeah, I'd like to
domesticated
think that
dog.
he would be in the back fucking woods somewhere, just like thriving because he would not do well with cars. Free reign, no chance.
He'd
Especially not
probably
the way
just
people drive around here. They fucking drive like maniacs.
he'd probably find some fucking random deer and just start like herding him around.
Honestly,
Like you're
that'd be
close
fucking
enough.
rad as fuck, bro.
Like
I
you're
would
close
love to
enough to
see that
cattle.
shit. Actually, it's funny that you say it's just like random deer. I remember I had a buddy. This is going back when I was in my mid 20s, and he had a Doberman, and it was the sweetest dog, dude. It was like a brown one. It was just awesome. It didn't have like the fucking docked ears and all that shit. It was like a pure house pet. And he used to take him like out to like this conservation property all the time. And one day, dude, we were like all chilling, like we were all just like smoking bongs, like at this like strip mall we used to always go to because there was like a back parking lot that was like safe, I guess, and we would just be chilling. And one day he like fucking came there in a fucking absolute panic, and nobody knew what was going on, and he had just left like the vet because he went to this conservation with his dog, and his dog saw a fucking deer and fucking ran after the deer, and the deer kicked him and knocked his fucking dog out. And he took him to the fucking vet, and the vet like got him. He was alive still, whatever, but he was like in there overnight, dude. This dog's name was Zeus. Bro, he was probably like 120-pound fucking Doberman that got knocked the fuck out by a deer.
I believe it.
Yeah, but
I
like,
mean,
dude, deers aren't even that much bigger than a 120-pound fucking dog.
sure they are.
No, maybe a
Yeah, dude.
buck.
I had a young doe narrowly miss getting hit by a car while I was walking on a trail and end up jumping through the woods and stopping right on the trail in front of me. I'm 6 feet tall, and the top of that deer's head was just above me. So I'd say that deer was standing 6, 6'2", 6'3", like
Dude, not only
where
that,
its
you gotta
top of
think
its head
about this
was.
too. Them motherfuckers got rocks on their feet, bro.
I mean,
That's a fact.
it's definitely different than a dog. Yes, for sure. Like a dog, all their whatever, all their
That's a
business is in
that's a
their
kind of a
mouth.
funny way to describe hooves, huh? They got rocks on their feet.
You're not wrong though. Like, what's the nicer way? They've got giant pieces of exposed bone. No, I think rocks is just the easier way to explain it.
Yeah,
Like,
so I don't know if it was a buck or if it was a doe, but it looks like a buck can get up to 300 pounds and
Yeah,
a
so
doe can
though
get up to
easy.
200.
Yeah.
But dude, this
Easy
dog
buck
was like
50.
120 pounds easy.
yeah, but
Still,
Dobermans are
Fucking
dude.
little skinny,
dog,
lanky
bro.
things.
Dude,
No, he was thick as
dude,
fuck.
a
He was like,
150-pound dude can knock out a 300-pound guy if he catches him right.
well, I
That's
appreciate
a
that.
fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
I'm actually sort of like I remember being like kind of low key surprised that the dog even caught up to the fucking deer.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's more impressive than the deer knocking the dog out, to be honest with
yeah.
you.
To be fair, I agree.
And just for the record, that's a white-tailed deer. That's like the most common deer that was
Yeah,
bitten
yeah,
by
yeah.
deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mule deer are a little bit smaller, aren't they?
Well,
So, yeah.
apparently there's like a lot of deers
Dude,
that know.
there's so many different species, bro.
I've
Because
only
there's
ever
a
seen white.
black-tailed deer that's like considerably smaller. They're like 225 pounds for a male. There's a red deer, which is absolutely massive. Because it says that uh Corsican red deers is a subspecies of red deers, and they can grow up to 1,100 pounds.
Holy fuck, dude. It's
It's a
like an
huge
elk
deer.
Yeah. A
or
mule
moose.
deer is 230 pounds for a male.
Yeah, so a little bit smaller than a whitetail.
Yeah, and then there's like deers from like other places in the world. Like I've never heard of a chital deer. They look crazy as fuck though. Fucking reindeers, bro.
Caribou?
Well, I'm assuming they'd probably be in that because I just saw elk. That's like I guess considered a deer, a tufted deer that are in central China and northeastern Myanmar. A fallow deer? Yo, that looks fucking crazy. It's almost got like moose antlers but on a deer body.
Yeah, dude. There's some crazy ones, bro.
Yo. Yeah, then they have like moose. So this must be like whatever, like fucking animals that are like in that realm of the fucking animal kingdom.
Yeah, that was
'Cause,
a
dude,
part.
moose are fucking massive, bro.
I was good with biology, but that whole like genus family stuff, I never fully was able to grasp.
Dude, it says that moose antlers can weigh as much as a 10-year-old child.
Oh
Just
yeah.
the antlers, bro.
Yeah, think about it, bro. That's thick, dense bone, dude. Just
It's bone with like skin on it and shit. Cause like when they fucking shed their skin on fucking on a like a moose, there's like blood everywhere and shit.
oh
Cause
yeah.
like antlers lose their or deers lose their antlers. Well, at least like white-tailed deers lose their antlers. They'll shed
Most deer
them.
do.
But moose, I don't think they do. They just like fucking shred and then they fucking just keep growing bigger and then they regain the stuff. It's fucking disgusting, bro. It looks like
Just
somebody just carved the fuck out of them. It looks horrible.
I just need to point out that when deer shed their antlers, the hunting community refers to that as shed time.
Yeah, because
Oh,
they go
really?
out.
This
Yeah, that they go out and they collect them.
this is the first time that the Shed Time podcast has talked about that shed time. And what's even funnier is that our Instagram posts would get mixed in with deer hunting all the time because we're the
That,
Shed Time podcast.
that's
Oh yeah.
And
hilarious.
it's kind of no surprise that those posts never gained traction because the people who were probably being exposed to them were like, "The fuck are these potheads talking about? Nothing to
Yeah.
do with deer hunting." Like, oh my god.
Dude, moose are fucking huge, bro. Like I'm just like reading these stats. It's basically saying that like the average moose weighs up to 1,500 pounds and are often more than 10 feet long, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Did
says
you
that
ever
there's one that was over 2,200 pounds that was killed. Well, I mean, there's probably plenty that could have been up around that size that were killed, but that's crazy. Sorry, Sean.
did you ever see the Mythbusters episode where they tested the effects of a car accident with a moose?
No, but I've seen some aftermath of people hitting a
So
moose.
I imagine, in being in Canada, you guys have a lot more moose than most of the US. That's probably a more common sight than in the US. But yeah, like the Mythbusters did similar research like you're just kind of looking at and had to make a simulate out of like rubber and shit so they could approximate the damage of hitting a moose with a car at various speeds. And like I don't think you're surviving most impacts with a moose.
Oh, absolutely not. You'd have to
Like,
be in a really big vehicle.
yeah, and
Because what
not
the
be going
problem
very
is like
fast.
average, like even an SUV, right? Moose are like 7 feet tall at their shoulders. So there's
Yeah.
still their whole neck and head and antlers and shit. So they're 7 feet tall. Like if you were even driving like a fucking, I don't know, name like a Nissan Murano or whatever, like a mid-size SUV, bro, it literally you go in, you snap its fucking legs, and then the entire body enters through the
Yep.
windshield and then folds down over top. So like I've seen fucking cars that had their entire fucking roof ripped off
Hmm.
because they fucking went in, they hit the brakes, they dip the front down, the fucking moose just lands right in the fucking windshield and then just blows right through the car and it looks like a fucking can opener. And you're like, yeah, clearly those people died. There's no
Yeah.
way you could fucking survive that.
I mean, it's the thing, right? Like you're hitting a 1,500-pound animal.
Dude, that's like
Like,
as big or bigger than a cow just strolling on the fucking road.
yeah, yeah,
Like a fucking
100%.
dairy cow or some shit. Dude, I don't think that they're weighing 1,500 pounds. And guess what? They're like maybe 5 feet at the shoulders tops. Like I've never met a cow that I couldn't look right over its back.
I just had to go on YouTube real quick and try to pull up the clip of the moose versus car from Mythbusters just to see what kind of car it was that they were using because I couldn't remember. And it's some kind of sedan, like it looks like some like 90s model Ford sedan. So like, yeah, this moose crushes the roof. Like we have
Oh,
the
dude.
internet, Sean. I can just share this and you guys can see it instead of me just talking about it.
It's
So
like,
yeah.
dude, honestly, I've seen cars get absolutely fucking destroyed by hitting a deer.
Oh yeah.
And we just went over the fact that a deer is like 1/5 the size of a moose.
Yeah, like you can see that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like you see old Tory laying in their fucking crash test dummy buster. I don't remember, did I share with audio?
No, it's all right. We
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
need
think so.
audio.
All right. Good. So now we're not gonna get dinged by YouTube. But yeah, like that's their you can see their moose simulate that they
Look at
made.
how tall it is, though, dude. Just the legs.
So they're at 40, 45 mile an hour
Oh,
impact.
Yeah,
dude,
look at the car, dude.
it like pancaked
Like,
it. Oh yeah, you're dead. The
here's
fucking
your
roof
slow
just
mo.
comes in and caves in on your head, dude.
Like
That's
brutal.
fucking nuts, dude.
And like the thing about it, like an
Brutal.
actual moose is like it's filled with bones, and the minute you hit it, it's gonna just go limp. That at least holds some level of structure to it.
Like
Oh,
it's wild. And then you can see here, like I think this was the second go. Let's see what they did with this one. This one's longer.
and like, dude, when you're driving, like, so let's say that I was driving back to Toronto from here, there's like hundreds and hundreds of miles where there's flashing signs everywhere saying like watch out for moose. But
Oh,
they have like,
dude, that one was even worse.
So
yeah, dude, that one literally got mucked.
that impact is slamming on your brakes 30 feet before you reach the moose. So you saw it, you reacted, and look like still took out his legs, and then he just
No,
smashes
it
in the
was almost
windshield.
worse, bro. Honestly, there's not much fucking difference, bro.
So what they're trying
Look
to
at the
figure out
back
is
end of
if
the
you
car just
Yeah,
absolutely
fucking.
bottoms the fuck out from the
so
impact.
what they're trying to figure out is if you drive faster when you hit this moose, will you get out less damaged? So we saw in the first clip 45 miles an hour. Then we just saw it slamming on the brakes before they actually hit it. They just got told floor it, go as fast as you can get it. So let's see, 40. So 45 was as fast as they got. So this is obviously the second time they hit it. Like,
They fucking smacked that thing, dude.
if we jump ahead a little bit, you can just
It's
look at this damage. Like
Yeah,
brutal.
like dude, you'd be dead. I appreciate that right there. That he, like, it looks like he's not crushed, but like your head would absolutely
it
just,
probably would have exploded, bro.
yeah, you'd be
Do we have any
so
more
toast.
impacts with it?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I
There's
remember
one
when
in
I
my
was a
car.
kid, my dad told me one day when he was like coming home from work, he like saw that there was like a horrible fucking accident, and like some fucking horses got out from some farm like on my dad's like run home, and somebody fucking hit it with like an Econoline van, and the dude died instantly. My dad pulled up like 2 minutes after it happened,
Fuck.
and like these horses just like wandered onto the fucking road. And so like you're basically hitting a big horse when you hit a moose. It'd be like
So
hitting a
now,
fucking Clydesdale or some shit.
so now what we're about to try in this clip is flooring it, but you're in a subcompact.
Oh, you're dead. Every one of these, you're dead.
Are you dead, or do you go right underneath it fast enough before it fully crushes you? That's the question.
Yeah, dude. He
Because
almost
it
did
looks like it
like
just broke the fucking legs off.
it's almost like he did the fucking
Oh, look at the roof.
whatchamacallit.
No, he's dead.
Oh
He's
no.
done. He's
Yeah,
done. He's
look,
crushed.
look, yeah.
Look at that roof. Oh,
That's
yeah.
brutal, dude.
75-mile-an-hour impact, mind you. Like
Oh,
75-mile-an-hour impact in that slow-mo. Holy fuck. So yeah, hitting a moose, not a good thing no matter what you do, what you're
You're
driving.
done.
Yeah, it's a bad day. It's a bad day. I know my buddy who I actually rent this house from, he was telling me when he was leaving after we moved in and they were driving down to Florida, he witnessed a semi tractor trailer truck obliterate just a common whitetail deer
oh
on the
yeah, dude.
highway.
They don't stand a chance against a fucking big rig, dude.
Dude,
Like,
those big rigs with the fucking huge deer killers on the front. I'm sure that you could probably even hit a moose in some of those fucking rigs with, dude, they have like fucking 3.5, 4 inch fucking coping around the whole fucking front end.
smart. I have to imagine that like the vast majority of the rigs like that are operating in like the main logging industry, a lot of, that part of Canada where you have a lot more of the
Yeah, because dude,
woods.
in Maine and Vermont, there's gonna be fucking mad
Oh,
moose.
Maine, I believe. I'm gonna Google that. Maine state animal might just be the moose. Let's see.
Yeah, because like when you're driving through New Brunswick, which is borders both those states, that's part of the stretch of highway where, dude, there's like 8 foot fences
Yep, it
for
is.
hundreds and hundreds of miles on either side of the fucking like Trans Canada Highway, which is like the main highway that like goes across all of Canada. And dude, every time I drive it, I'm like, I better not fucking see a moose. I better not fucking see a moose. And I
Yeah,
drove it
like I
a
said,
bunch over the last couple of years, man.
they the moose is in fact the state animal of Maine. And I mean, it makes sense, right? Like they're in northern parts of Maine, they are in a weird way kind of more Canadian than American
Yeah, I'm
because
sure that they would get Canadian radio stations,
that's
Canadian
it.
things, all those
They
whatever.
Some of those towns are so close to that border, like if you still use like over the air television, you're more like you're not picking up US stations, you're picking up the local Canadian broadcast.
Yeah.
So like 100%, like they stock Canadian newspapers because obviously, like right there at the border, it just makes sense to know what's going on just over the border.
Well, dude, even when you're
So
in like Bangor, like you're only fucking an hour and a half from Canada tops.
true. Excuse me.
I don't even know
It's
if you're
very
that
true.
far because, like, I think that from my house to like Bangor is like less than 6 hours, and I have to drive. Fuck, dude, probably damn near 5 hours to get to America from where I live.
Yeah. That sounds, I mean, it sounds about right to me because like where Bangor being located, more of the center of the state, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
Because I know like depending on where you're going in Maine, like you could be in Maine for 4 hours before you
easy.
get where you're trying to go. Like
Yeah, Maine's pretty
the
big
majority of
actually.
my trips up to see the in-laws, the vast majority of my drive time was just the state of Maine.
Yeah, because you get into it pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, without like major traffic, I would say it's a drive time of probably take me just over an hour to get out of Massachusetts. You cut through New Hampshire for a real short time, so it's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours absolute max, and you can be over the border in Maine. And then I'd have another 2 to 4 hours, depending on what route I was taking, before I even made it to the in-laws.
And it's pretty far north. So yeah, they definitely have tons of moose there. They probably have tons of deer there.
I, I mean, I have to wonder if like there's more moose than people in Maine, honestly.
I don't know about moose, but deer, I bet you.
Well, because again,
I don't think that the
third,
moose populations are that massive. I feel because they don't
you're
go the same places that deer go.
but what I'm also arguing is that Maine is the third least populated state in the United States.
Yeah, but there's still
So,
probably more than 250,000 people, isn't there? Yeah.
oh yeah, I mean, there's 1.4 million people in the entire state of Maine.
I'd be absolutely floored if there was a million moose in Maine. Like, I would be surprised if
I would
there's
say the number
even.
would probably have to be up there for it to be the state fucking animal, or
Yeah, but
at least at one point.
yeah, maybe
So,
back in the day, I feel like it
Because
might be
it's
a
like
hundred
here, dude,
thousand tops.
our fucking animal's a fucking California grizzly, bro. There ain't many of them left, baby.
Yeah, you got to go into the fucking mountains in the north probably to even
Yeah,
catch
damn.
them.
so I mean, Chris, you're
Oh,
not wrong.
fun fact, side note, dude, they found a fucking bear in like the middle of the fucking desert, like in between here and Vegas, somewhere.
Fuck, it was
Or
lost.
like maybe it wasn't even big. Maybe it was just between here and uh LA and Barstow. But yeah, dude, I seen a fucking thing about it. Apparently they found him dead, died of dehydration,
Well,
which makes
sounds
sense.
about right in the desert.
But I was like, dude, how did he fucking get here? What was he even doing out here?
It was fucking cocaine bear, bro.
Dude, volume 2, bro. Fentanyl bear.
Hey. Yeah, 60 to 70,000 moose is the population in Maine. So you're not wrong, Chris.
Yeah, because dude, moose. Like, this is the thing, right? Deer, there's so many, but moose because they're so fucking big and they're like super territorial and like they're never near people. Like, I mean, mind you, there's not a ton of people in Maine, but yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, Canada, best estimations are somewhere between 500,000 and 1,000,000 moose. That's Canada wide.
Yeah, and
How
like
many
there's
in
none in a lot of
Alaska?
places, bro.
Well, this thing you have a lot of uninhabited land
Oh,
in
fuck
Maine.
yeah,
I
dude.
mean, in Canada.
Dude, like
So
the whole
like,
northern fucking half of the country is pretty much uninhabited.
Well, like so anywhere where there's lots of people, so like in southern Ontario, for example, right? There's no moose.
Oh
You
no.
have
Well,
to
no.
get like probably 2.5 hours north of
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Toronto.
get to some wilderness, bro.
Yeah, like Algonquin Park, which is like a massive fucking provincial park. There's moose there.
Dude,
but
it's
it
just like
takes two
there's
and a half
deer
hours to
here,
drive from
bro.
Toronto.
Like we have deer here,
Yeah.
but like you're not gonna see them in any like the fucking highly populated areas. But there's times where I'd go to my buddy's house up in Crestline. It's only half an hour drive from me, and dude, I'd see deer.
Yeah, Redwood National Park. My buddy shot a music video out there, and like they have actual footage of deer running around
Oh yeah,
in the
up
wild
there's
out there.
like up north, you'll see a lot more of that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. And like when you get in the mountains and shit like
Yeah,
that or whatever.
just anywhere away from highly populated areas, bro, you're gonna see a lot more wildlife.
Yep.
Like where I grew up, there was
Except for
deers
if you're
all
in the
around there.
fucking desert. You ain't gonna see much besides a couple snakes and maybe some fucking
Couple lizards,
scorpions.
maybe.
Some lizards, some cold-blooded fucking reptilians.
Yeah, sunning on some fucking rocks.
Yeah.
That's actually one thing that I'm like so happy. I remember like whenever I would drive here in the evening or in like the early morning, I don't gotta fucking worry about hitting fucking deer, bro. There's not any deer on this entire fucking island. There's
Yeah,
none.
here you
They
just
got
gotta
fucking
watch out for
probably just
the
murdered out like a century ago.
yeah, here you
There
just
was
gotta
like,
just watch out for the stray random stray dog or crazy crackhead.
yeah, like
Oh
there's
yeah, tweakers for sure.
the biggest thing that I could probably hit on the road outside of like a farm animal, which I haven't seen. So like I'm assuming that's pretty fucking rare, would be like a coyote or like
Oh
someone's
yeah.
dog.
Yeah, coyotes
That'd
are a
be
thing here for
that's
sure.
it. Like there's
Dude,
coyotes here and foxes.
you know
That's
what's
the
crazy,
biggest
bro, is there's
animals.
coyotes in literally every state.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the closest thing to the domesticated dog.
Yeah. Dude, like there's like
So
literally like coyotes in Central Park.
that's kind of a scary thought,
Yeah, but
honestly.
it's real. Like that's
Like,
like the
like,
crazy thing.
like genuinely though, like it's
Dude,
kind of a
you know what's
scary
crazy
thought.
about
I'm not
coyotes?
scared of a
You know
coyote.
how like coyotes do like their call at like night where they'll like fucking like yip
Hmm.
out or whatever? Dude, it's like literally like a roll call, dude. And the females, if they notice that there's not as many calls, they fucking jumpstart their fucking like reproductive system and start producing more pups. That's why they're literally fucking everywhere now. Also because like wolves have kind of been, either taken out of areas or killed in areas to where like the coyotes are a little bit more able to roam freely because they don't have any
Yeah, well,
predators.
plus there's coy wolves also that are like
That
half
that's a mix between
coyote, half
coyote and wolf. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if you knew
Apparently they're
this
fucking
one,
crazy.
but a typical like sci-fi horror movie trope did happen in real life regarding wolves. We, meaning humans in the science world, uh, managed to uh, how do I explain this correctly? They managed to basically resurrect the timber wolf.
Oh yeah. The dire wolf.
That's what it was. Yeah, the
The
dire
dire
wolf.
wolf.
They
It's
managed to
the
resurrect it from like
they did a big old
DNA.
thing about it, bro, because it was a big tie-in to like Game of Thrones because like one of the houses is House Stark, their House Sigil was the dire wolf. They had dire wolves in the fucking show, and they talked about how there weren't many left even back then, and this, and that.
Yeah.
And then
And we're
there's a
reintroducing them to the wild now.
yeah. Well, dude, that's a whole controversy in itself too. Not necessarily the direwolf thing, but just reintroducing wolves into places where they used to be, which I could see both sides of the argument because, like, of course, some people are like, oh, well, let's reinstitute, the ecosystem back to how it used to be, and that could help with, population control with other species, this, and that. But what if, on the other hand, what people don't realize too is you're releasing these fucking wild fucking animals in places that are, where people are living now. And they don't differentiate between your dog, your fucking kid, a fucking deer, a fucking, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like,
And that's the other thing is that
and that's one
we
thing that's kind of
inhabit where they
happening
want to be.
as ranchers are starting to fucking lose their cattle to these wolf packs that are being moved in. And dude, one of the crazy ones that I heard about, I don't, of course, this is all hearsay. I'm just, talking about stuff that I've heard. But apparently one of the fucking like packs of wolves that they like transported to an area, they literally moved from an area because they were caught, not caught, but they were being studied and observed killing cattle and stuff like that. So they took them and then reintroduced them to this other area where, surprise, surprise, what did they go and do? Went and
Found some
found the
more cattle
nearest
to hunt.
fucking ranch and just fucking started tearing them down, dude. So it's like, it's kind of like, fuck, dude. Of course, yes, I would love to fucking be able to like bring whatever animals to, a population that's fucking healthy for all of them. You know what I mean? I love animals from all different species and stuff like that. At the same time, it's just like there's benefits and then there's also fucking, some downsides to it, man, if you don't do the shit properly.
Well,
I
dude,
mean,
they do like
we've all
all
seen
sorts of
Jurassic
shit.
Park.
But it's not even
Yeah.
just that, right? It's like lots of times things happen for reasons, and then when like they try to do something, it ends up being some other fucking problem. Like,
Yeah, oh, dude, like think about how many fucking invasive species have been introduced to places to solve issues of other things. Then
oh
now
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're fucking more of an issue than the thing they were brought into, like
Yep.
invasive fish species that were brought in to, fucking either it was to fish or to, pond control or like whatever, then ended up taking over fucking lakes or fucking even like plants and shit that were brought over and then all of a sudden just fucking take over a fucking
Yeah, dude, all
environment.
sorts of stuff. Like, and it's not always like right away obvious, but I'm pretty sure that like rabbits aren't natural in Australia and they brought them over there so like people could hunt them. And
Hmm.
like now
Dude,
there's like fucking
yeah,
insane amounts of fucking rabbits in like
dude,
Australia and
there's like
shit.
elk and stuff in like fucking New Zealand and shit that like they shouldn't be there, but they're there because someone brought it over because some rich hoity-toity guy at some point was like, you know what? I own some land here and I would really like to fucking hunt elk here. So you know what? Let's bring some elk here so we can hunt them here and we don't have to go, all that sorts of thing.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Even in the plant world, like you were saying, like you live in an area notorious for it.
Oh, for
Palm
sure.
trees are not native to the United States.
Oh no.
Like those were brought here to California and they turned out to thrive and have become like synonymous with California, Florida, like,
100%. Yeah.
you know, but they're not native to these parts. They're not supposed to grow in any of these places naturally, but here they are. I mean, shit. This just makes me think there's that episode of The Simpsons where uh I don't remember what the invasive species they start with was, but they bring in like a whole bunch of snakes to kill the animals. And then Lisa points out, like, well, then won't we just be overrun by snakes? And Skinner's like, oh, but that's the brilliant part. Then we just bring in a whole bunch of gorillas that only feed on snakes.
Yeah.
And she looks at him and goes, but that's
Then
even
when we
worse.
have a
Then we're going to
gorilla
be
problem?
overrun by gorillas. And then he goes, no, that's the beautiful part. Come wintertime, they all die. But like that's the
That's
fucked
kind
up
of the
thing is
process, yeah.
yeah, like that is the only way to fix that process is you have to introduce some sort of species that then will clear out your invasive species and then promptly die without a time to reproduce. And like that's not an easy task.
No, and I'm sure that it rarely ever fucking works out because history has proven that that is not the case.
Hmm. That's a great
And
point.
it's happened tons of fucking times, bro. Tons of times. Like, dude, zebra mussels. I don't know if you guys even know what I'm
Oh
talking about
yeah.
when I talk about zebra
Yep.
mussels. Bro, like where I grew up, you would go to like anybody's cottage. So it'd be like an hour, hour and a half away from Toronto. Every fucking public boat launch would be like, no zebra mussels. You have to fucking have like a really clean boat and like all this shit because like they're dangerous as shit. Like they'll fucking carve you up like a fucking X-Acto knife. Like, and they just take shit over.
Yep.
Like
They
you'd
kill
see
other
people's like,
species.
yeah, dude, they just destroy shit. Look at fucking carp, bro. Carp aren't
And
from here,
dude, carp.
and they're fucking insane.
The fact that carp are brought over not just for that, like the whole fishing eating aspect, but also ornamental because the goldfish is a carp, and then people will release them into the wild.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy, dude.
have you? I don't know if you ever see these pictures of like people fishing in like a pond in like Florida or something, and they catch like a fucking 8 foot fucking common goldfish.
Oh, dude,
It's
there's all sorts of
wild.
stuff. I remember when I was like heavy into like fish keeping, like there was articles of people that would go to Florida and there'd be like fucking crazy shit that would just have gotten released. Like I can't remember. There's one specific thing that I'm thinking about, and it's like this fish that has these massive fucking teeth and shit, and like
Oh, like
people were
gar,
Alligator
alligator
gar.
gar,
no, dude, it was like
snakeheads,
yes, thank you.
dude. Those
And those
things.
aren't natural to here, but like, dude,
No,
there'd be
dude.
like in overflow ponds, and like then a hurricane would come, and then they would like get introduced into like the waterways and shit, and it just fuck. It's like,
Dude,
what are you people doing, man?
The kid I
those things are
followed,
fucking ugly too, bro.
They're ugly as fuck. I would be so scared if I was swimming and saw one. Oh my god.
so there's a kid I follow for like down in the Florida area. He does like a lot of fishing
Oh,
and stuff. Fucker found like sturgeon in bodies of water they don't belong. Like huge fucking sturgeon.
Tilapia is another one too.
did you know that sturgeon are like basically dinosaurs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
they've got
fucking
like a
cool as
fucking
shit.
armor, bro.
Yeah, dude.
So do you like gar?
My grandmother's cottage, like when I was a kid, it was on Sturgeon Lake, and there was sturgeon there. I never caught one. I tried my best, trust me. But
They
somebody
look
caught
crazy.
one summer when I was up there, and like they estimated that it was like 600 years old or something fuck like that. And this thing was
Wow.
like 8 feet long, and it looked 100% like it should be in National Geographic talking about beasts from the past, like it should
Yeah,
have been. You know what I
on
mean?
or river monsters.
Yeah. Oh man, I
Mm.
used to think that show was so
I
cool. I
love
love
that
that
show,
dude.
dude.
He was so brave to me. I was like, this guy's brave as fuck.
Getting
He's
in
It's
the
like doing
water
sad
this
with
that he
his
fishing in
fucking
the middle of
retired.
the
buddies.
night and shit, and you'd be like, bro, you have balls of steel. Because like you do some fucking crazy shit.
Fucking fighting rapids while reeling in a fucking 200-pound catfish. What
Yeah,
the
dude, like
fuck are
just
you
fucking
doing, bro?
insane stuff, man. I love animals. They're so fucking cool. Even just looking at the all the deers, man. There's some crazy looking fucking deers, boys, from all over
Yes.
the fucking world.
Oh,
Some of
for
those African
real.
ones are
Dude,
cool
some
as
of the fucking
fuck.
China ones, the ones that are in like
Yeah.
Southeast Asia and Asia, dude, they look fucking crazy. They don't even look fucking like from this planet. They
Shout
have
out
like
to the homie
fucking
Aziz.
crazy like bone things directly in the middle of their fucking head and shit. You're
yeah.
like, what the fuck is that?
Fucking the homie Aziz has been to the island in Japan that is inhabited by more deer than people. And like you get to just like walk through the city and there's just wild deer just walking around with you. You can walk up, feed them, pet them, like they're
And
just
if you bow, dude, they'll bow.
yes, yes.
I seen a video of it the other day. This dude's like literally just walks up to this deer and just like kneels down and like bows, and the deer literally puts its hand up and like bows to the guy. Like, what the fuck?
They even understand traffic because they've just gotten so used to living with the few people that are there that like they know to wait at crosswalks until the traffic clears. It's pretty fucking wild. But like you could just walk through like these different like temples and stuff, and they're just freely roaming around, chill as fuck, hanging out. So cool.
Dude, I think that
Animals
that's
love this
like one
shit.
of the coolest. Like, there's things that I like about traveling, right? And I haven't even traveled that much, but even just in North America, like I love landscapes and I love wildlife. Those are two things that are cool as shit. So, like, if I go somewhere and I see something I normally wouldn't see, that's awesome to me. Like, I remember the first time I saw a bald eagle, I was like, that's so fucking dope, dude. Look at the fucking thing. It's fucking huge. Da da da. It's like I wouldn't really see any huge birds of prey. Like the biggest bird of prey that I would see would be like now I can't fucking remember. It's ones that are like always live around water. Osprey. And the osprey are pretty big. Like they're a sizable bird. Dude, a fucking bald eagle's way bigger than that. When you
Oh,
see them in
dude,
the air, you're like, is that a fucking vulture? Like, what is that, bro?
it's crazy.
Yeah, they're huge. I mean, vultures are also huge. I told you guys about when I like found the baby vultures that were like in
Oh
the
yeah,
barn.
in your fucking barn.
Dude, that was so fucking scary, man. Holy shit.
They're
Like
uh
they're
they're a cool
fucking
animal.
ugly as no, they're ugly as fuck. They're cool, sure, yeah, but they are ugly as fuck. Even
Oh,
as a
I love them.
baby.
I think they're adorable. But I also
No,
think that hairless cats are adorable.
Ugh.
So
no, dude,
yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, a baby fucking turkey vulture is absolutely hideous. The only
Oh,
thing that's cool about them is like somehow they're white, like pure white with
Oh
just a
yeah.
black face, like black beak and shit.
Mhm.
And then once they're an adult, like they obviously don't look anything like that.
It's like
But
most birds start off one color and then they turn into
yeah, but
adulthood.
most birds still look, they do kind of look cute, you know, most of the
Not
time.
all of them.
Well, not like when they're fresh, fresh, fresh. Once they start to get some feathers, I feel like they're like fairly cute.
I mean,
You know, once they're like
even
head
adult
is
pet
not like
parrots molt.
90%. Well, dude, but yes, the fucking vultures, bro. Oh,
I
dude, and
love
the
them.
sounds they made, bro.
Oh,
Oh my
their
god.
sound is horrible.
It's
Dude,
like horror film
as
type
cool
shit.
as birds are, dude, I've never
Literally.
been like a bird guy. You know what I mean? Like I would never own a bird.
I would
Dude,
never want a bird. I had like parakeets when I was a kid, and they were cool. And I taught them how to fucking say hello. And like I would just like whistle and put my finger up, and I would like in my room, I'd turn my ceiling fan off and I would just like leave the cage open and I could like whistle and they'd both fly over and land on my finger. As a kid, that was really cool. But I never had the desire to have like a parrot or like a
Dude, I'll tell
lovebird
you why I'll
or any of that.
never own a birds. My neighbors across the street from me growing up as a kid, they
Mhm.
had not only a parrot, like I think it was like a blue macaw, or maybe a bit of red one. Either way, it was a variation of macaw, and they had a white cockatiel.
oh fuck.
Oh, okay.
And dude, the birds would argue because, of course,
Mm,
they both know how to speak. So like they would legit have like shouting matches at each other, bro. And if they weren't like saying shit, they were just fucking screeching all fucking day, all night. Like, dude, these birds are fucking gnarly,
And
dude.
dude, you know what?
yep.
Like what else is fucking kind of crazy about that shit? Is they live forever,
I say, and those particular
bro.
species, they have lifespans that can be up and over 100 years. So like you buy that thing as a pet in your 30s or 40s.
You're still willing that shit to
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, you have the possibility of dying before that animal does.
I remember one of
Like
my
owning a tortoise.
brothers. Oh, dude, a tortoise. They can live like way over 100 years.
Dude,
But I remember
it,
one of my brother's friends, his like grandma had an African gray parrot that she got like right after her kids kind of moved out, I would guess. And they inherited the fucking African gray parrot. And when they got the parrot, it was like 30 years old. And like my brother's friend Andrew was like, we are gonna have this thing. I'll probably get it willed to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how fucking long this motherfucker's gonna live. It was a cool bird though, and
Do they
it
still
looked
have it?
cool. I have no idea, man. My brother probably lost touch with him a long time ago. I know that this guy was like an actor and in movies.
Oh,
He was in The Skulls. Did you ever see that movie?
I don't
The
think so.
The
Skulls?
Skulls. It had like Pacey or whatever, the guy Joshua Jackson,
I think I
and it
did.
had Paul, the guy that died,
Paul
Paul
Walker?
Paul
Walker.
Walker.
Yeah, and it was
Is
all
this the
about
movie I
like
think it is?
it was about like this kid that like went to a school and he went there on like a rowing scholarship and then like he was like asked to join a secret fucking club and like it was like basically
Yeah,
a guarantee to success.
this is another one of the Skull and Bones stories.
Yeah, dude. And so he
Yeah.
was in the original Skulls. He was one of like the main character's friends. So he had like a pretty decent role. He had some other roles too. His name was Andrew Crawlis. He was always nice to me when I was a kid. Yeah, he ended up just being a fucking actor. I was like,
Crazy.
I asked my brother, I was like, James, did you ever know that he wanted to be an actor? He's like, no. He's like, I found out when I think like someone said, hey, did you see like Andrew Crawlis is in that movie, The Skulls? And brother was like, no, I didn't even know that. He saw it,
That's
he's like, holy shit.
that's the funny thing about acting, right? Like,
Dude, some people just fall into it, bro. Like, you
yeah.
ever hear how Chris Pratt got into acting?
I just remember hearing that he used to live in like his like camper van.
He was like homeless in Hawaii, bro. And I don't know if he was home, maybe living in his car or whatever, but he was just like waiting tables or some shit. And like some dude just like walked up to him and like asked him if like he wanted to get like some headshots done or some shit. And then uh, like pretty much
Well,
he
and
just got
now he's an
discovered
A-list
like being a
fucking
waiter or
actor.
whatever. And yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
now he's I don't know if he was pursuing. I don't even think he said he was really pursuing acting or whatever at the time. It just kind of fucking happened. I
I
think
mean,
there's a few
there's
people that's happened to.
there's
Oh,
a
no
bunch of
doubt.
stories. A girl I used to do shows with, Destiny Claymore. She um just decided randomly one day, obviously we're in the entertainment business anyway, making music and shit. She decided to just go to an open casting call for a movie being filmed in Boston. She figured, fuck it, what do I got to lose?
Yeah, an afternoon.
She she ended up getting cast in a speaking role that wound up getting her into like a pretty major part of a film, which just started this whole career for her out of nowhere, all because on a whim she's like, fuck it. I perform on stage, I rap and sing. Let's give it a shot. What do I got to lose? And it just they liked her. And she started going from there. Like, it's crazy how it can happen. I mean, my boy Dickie, homie answered an open casting call, got a just a tiny background appearance in the next Karate Kid. And that started a whole process for him where the casting company would hit him up. Hey, we got this thing that we think you'd be good for. And next thing you know, through all of that, now he's done work with Adam Sandler, Mark Ruffalo. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it is crazy.
It could just happen almost by
Grace can
accident
happen
for
all
some
different
people.
ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like think about the buskers out there, right? Like how many stories are out there? It's just some dude sitting on the sidewalk jamming on a guitar and the right person that day walked by him and was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about recording what you do? Do you write your own music?" And it turns out to be some person like Jimmy Iovine of Interscope Records. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it happens all the time. One of my favorite artists, Tosh Sultana. That girl was literally an Australian busker. She would loop music on the street so she could create all the sounds for a full band live in front of people and then perform a whole song after.
Yeah, dude, that
And
girl Tones and I, you know that Dance Monkey song?
yeah,
That's what she did. She was just an Australian street busker.
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, is that how he got famous
Yeah,
also?
dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then he fucking came here to the US, stayed on fucking Jamie Foxx's couch, and then fucking next thing you know, bro.
He's
The-
like one of the biggest pop stars
yeah.
and
in the
what's
last
really funny,
25 years.
if I'm remembering this correctly, he's a closet metalhead.
Oh, dude, yeah, he listens and does everything, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I am remembering this correctly. He's a closet metalhead to the point. You don't get much more like dark, demonic, like niche metal than black metal. And he's actually done a collaboration with one of the biggest black metal bands in the entire world, Cradle of Filth. They turn out to be one of his favorite bands.
That's hilarious.
Like Ed Sheeran, picture of Mr. Nice Guy. You would never imagine in your wildest dreams looking at him, hearing his music, that like he really
Dude,
likes some dark,
I've listened to
dark,
some
heavy
interviews of
metal.
that dude, and he's definitely not what you expect from like the music that he like puts out. He's just a fucking dude. You know what I
He's a
mean? That likes
music
to fucking
guy.
hang out with the boys, but he just fucking breathes music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just all it is.
He likes good music and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it is.
Dude, speaking
Yeah,
of
like give
good
me any
music,
genre.
I don't know if you guys ever heard this song when it ever came out, but like it's been on like my like playlist, and then when it pops up, I'm like, oh, dude, this song is actually pretty fucking good. It's a collaboration between Post Malone, Travis Scott, and Ozzy Osbourne,
Okay.
What?
and it's called "Take
What
What
the
You
fuck?
Want," and it's a fucking jam, bro.
Holy.
Just put it on. Just put it
I
on.
can't.
Just put it on.
I
I'm
can't
actually I'm gonna go
even.
back and listen to it again.
I'm having a moment right now. Like I can't process that. I I don't know how to process that information that you just gave me. I'm actually kind of disgusted in myself. I'm even typing some of these words out. I would never thought I'd be searching for Travis Scott on my Spotify. Like, because obviously if I look up
Yeah,
Post Malone, you know what I mean? Like he's popping up pretty fast. Um,
Wow,
but
dude, there's like 700 million fucking plays on this song.
dude, it's a pretty fucking big song, dude.
And somehow I've never heard it before.
I mean, it's Post Malone. Like,
I don't hate Post Malone. I don't really listen to him,
oh,
but
and this was back in 2019.
Yeah, it was like right before the pandemic.
Oh, wait. I've heard this in passing and didn't realize that was Ozzy.
Yeah,
Because, like,
because
in
they
my
have one
old
other
shop,
Post and
we used
Ozzy
to
have
play
one
this
other
a
song
lot.
together too. I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, yeah, holy shit. So, I, this is funny for me because, like, I didn't know that any of these people were who did this. I just, like, this was a song I've heard in
Yeah,
passing, and I was like, it's not for me, but it's all right.
yeah,
Like, like I think we've established over the years like this style of hip hop is not my
yeah.
thing,
No,
you
no.
know. Um,
I didn't think this would be something that you'd vibe with. I just thought this would be something you'd be interesting in just listening to
but yeah,
one
like
time. You
hearing
know what
it
I mean?
now, realizing that I'm fully aware of what this is, and now processing that that's what this is, that actually surprises me even more.
I really don't like Travis Scott at all.
I'm not a huge Travis Scott guy either, but I just like this song, dude.
No, I understand
I
how
could
that
honestly,
works.
if I could take out Travis Scott's verse and be happy with the song. I'd be way more happy with it personally. Crumble in my
You
arms
know, I
down
might
to your heart of stone.
it's funny, like I haven't turned it off because like again, not my style, but I'm getting the
The hook,
nostalgia right now from
the
it.
hook is what I fucking love, bro. I could literally just take that and just put that on this thing. I'd be down.
If this was a different time, that would be a ringtone for you.
Oh, for sure.
You'd be able to drop that hook every time the phone rang. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Dude, it is wild. Like I said, like I was listening to this in the shop over the shop stereo. So like, like you hear everybody working, you don't have the opportunity to like genuinely hear what you're listening to and like hearing it in headphones. Like that's still Aussie for sure. Holy crap. You know what I mean? Like, and whoever does this solo rips it.
Oh, and then Post has got a feature on an Aussie song called "It's a Raid." I I don't know if I've heard this one, but I'm about to play it.
I mean, let's be real. Post was smart to do this when he did, because like we don't know how much time we have left to work with Ozzy Osbourne.
Right?
Like any day that you can get Ozzy in the studio to even do, 4 bars for you is an absolute blessing from the music gods at this stage. So,
Dude, I will say I'm not really a huge Post Malone fan at all. I will say that like I don't mind some of his music, but the thing that I would definitely would say is like the dude's kind of figured it out, man. Like he's not really one specific thing. You could
No.
like him and you
The
could
the
hate
thing,
some songs, love some songs, and it doesn't matter because he
yeah,
does so many different genres and he's kind of
and he
changing his
does them all
vibe.
well.
Yeah, like he's one of those people that did a country album that's like to me sounds like country.
And honestly, like it sounds like that's what he does. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
he's
this
a
it's just
music fan.
yeah,
Like,
that's what
you
I was
know?
that you're getting exactly to the point I was going to say. He's a guy that's got an ear. He knows what he's looking for. He knows what people want. He knows what's going to sound good. You know what I mean? Regardless of genre, regardless of whatever. Like and not only that, but you can just tell in his music when you're listening to it that like the dude just he knows what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, he knows
And he's
music.
not even
Like,
that old, man.
No, he's younger than me.
Oh yeah, he's probably like 4 or 5 years younger than you.
Yeah, like he's a young dude, bro. And the crazy thing is, like, he's on this huge fucking on this tour right now that you called it the big ass stadium tour, and it's like him and Jelly Roll, bro. Like these two dudes are fucking blowing up so hard right now.
well,
Like
I mean,
Post has been on a fucking ride for a long time, but like them two like together like this past year have been fucking as far
it's
well at least in
they're
the
the
country
perfect
side of thing.
combo. They're the
Oh
perfect
yeah.
combo, right? Because like, let's be real. Post Malone did the sad boy rap for a little while, and then rode into the country wave that he definitely I think is flourishing in most. Meanwhile, Jelly Roll was doing the country rap thing and then phased a lot more just to the country. Like the two of them have catalogs that mesh from beginning to end in such a way that like realistically with the backgrounds they have, it's not unrealistic. They could just do a 4
Dude,
hour performance just trading songs back and forth
you
and
know
just
what's
hyping
crazy
each
about
other.
it too? Is not only are they both just like popping and like you said, they've kind of made like that like transition from hip hop to country sort of thing. But supposedly they are both two of the nicest human beings to like walk the earth apparently from like anybody who's interacted with them from like any interview I've seen. Like they're just some of the most down to earth, just fucking cool
Super
ass dudes.
humble.
Yeah, just
Yep.
like I even still to this day, like Jelly's doing like this fucking huge fucking tour with Post that he could probably have done on his own. But he's like, dude, he's like, I still got so much to fucking learn, bro. Like that alone just shows you that he's in this for the fucking right reasons. You know what I mean? Because like he could have easily jumped on the fucking train and said, no, let me do this tour by myself, make all this money on my own, and just fucking ball out sort of thing. But he's like, no, because he's even just saying in like an interview how he's learned so much from Post just being on this tour and just like how he carries himself, through, the process of, the for show, during show, how he interacts with the crowd and how he's not afraid to just fucking take his time and just live in the moment and just let loose and that sort of thing. And he's like, so I'm going to continue to keep doing these big tours with people so I can continue to keep learning from all these people that have been doing it on this scale for so long. And
No,
like, everybody else,
100%.
bro,
100%.
everybody else, dude, they get this one big song and then they immediately want to try to go out and do these fucking big ass tours. They get halfway through the tours half the time and they can't fucking hack it.
Dude,
And
there's
then
bands
you
who don't
never
even
hear of them
pop who
again.
make small ones and can't even do it.
Exactly. So,
Like,
dude, but that also just shows you too that like fucking Jelly and Poster, these dudes that have been doing this shit for so long and have played fucking shitty club after shitty club, played shitty venue after shitty venue, and have learned how to fucking command a stage regardless of what the size of the audience is or whether they're into it or fucking not. You just go up there and you just fucking do your thing, and eventually people are gonna just fucking vibe with it because they could tell it's not fucking manufactured. You're just up there fucking living your
well,
best life.
that's the thing, right? The people who pay for music are people who genuinely appreciate music. So authenticity will always matter, right? Like I think about that from a perspective as a music producer and consumer that like when I find a band that I genuinely like genuinely truly like to the point that like this is a in my favorite bands category, at that point I feel like now I am obligated to like purchase music. Like like because of that appreciation for the craft. I'm not saying anybody else has to think like me, but it's like nobody buys physical media anymore. Like there's no need to. We can have a Spotify account and for $10 a month or whatever the damn price is, you know what I mean? Like you have access to this insane catalog of music that you can't even wrap your head around. Not to mention the rest of the content available to you. So like when I find a band that I'm like, yo, this band means a lot to me and I genuinely want to support them, those are the bands that now I like, I'll buy a CD and not even listen to it. Like Spirit Box is a perfect example. I appreciated that band enough that when they've produced physical new like LPs, I purchased the album so I could appreciate the effort that was put into it, the artwork in the booklets, the whole nine. But I've never actually put the CDs in a CD player. Hell, I was talking to a buddy of mine at work. He doesn't think he has a way to play a CD anymore.
I
I don't
don't
Like,
think I do either, actually.
I don't either because my
like,
computer
Oh,
doesn't even
no,
have a disk drive.
My Xbox I could
Oh,
use,
I guess I could technically take my PS4 out of my closet and plug it in and put a CD in it.
but
see,
it's definitely not easy.
yeah, like you'd have to go literally go pull something out of a closet and set it back up, right?
Yeah.
Um, like, like
Oh
his
no,
car,
actually, you know
no
what?
CD player.
I could pop it in the DVD VCR combo that's underneath the TV in the living room.
Like, I'm one of the few people left that we were talking, like he and I were talking about how like of the people he knows, I'm one of the few people left who still has a CD-ROM drive in their computer. I'm sure that's not the same for like the majority of the world, but like when you think about people with higher end computers who are buying like, you know, these built systems that are purpose built for gaming and production and those sort of things. Like nobody's bothering to buy a CD-ROM for those anymore. It's just wasted money. I mean, shit. For all the people who have a CD-ROM drive on their computer, I'd love to see in comments somewhere, how often do you actually use your CD-ROM drive in your computer? Like, if you buy software, do you buy physical copies of software anymore? Or is it all just, we go to a website, we pay for our license key, now we have it? Like, Steam? Who's buying a physical disc for a game anymore?
I don't know.
Right? Like, you know who's doing stuff like that? It's the people who are playing on Nintendo. Because the only way you're using a Switch is with their little cartridge.
Yeah,
Like
I
like the
don't think I've bought a video game that had a
No,
physical
you can
disc in a long
download.
time.
You could do digital copies on a Switch, but it's a pain in the ass, dude. Because like, say you like have them downloaded on another console, and you like, say you get the new one or whatever.
Yeah, the Switch 2 is not going to let you.
Well, dude, there's this fucking crazy process that you have to do to get it to go onto the other fucking thing. Like, even if it's a free game, like I seen this guy who's just trying to download Fortnite on his new Switch that he got, but he had it downloaded on his old Switch that's on the same account. So he had to do this weird thing where he had to link both of his switches together, go into this other menu, select the game that he wanted, drag, drop, download it. And then now that it's downloaded on his new Switch, he can't even access it on his old Switch.
Yeah, so what he was dealing with is it's the game sharing system of Switch games now, where if I have a specific game, the idea that Nintendo has is that if I have a specific game on my account and I want you to be able to play it for a couple of weeks so that you could check it out, I can basically loan you my digital game, but their caveat is I can't play it. So just like if it was a physical copy and I had given you the disc or the cartridge for a
Well,
couple of
this
days,
was even on his same account, though.
but that's the problem. This is just so poorly implemented
Yeah.
that he can't even move it device to device,
Yeah,
which
it's terrible.
that's poor implementation
Dude,
for
honestly, I'm
sure.
at the point now where I honestly don't think I'll ever buy another console.
You don't
Oh, I
have
know I
to.
never will.
That's the crazy thing about like where gaming is heading now. Like if you're
Well,
I
dude,
think at this
that's
point, if you're talking console, you're no longer talking about our old traditional plug into a TV thing. You're talking about a handheld. You're talking about a
yeah,
Steam
pretty
Deck,
much.
an ROG Ally, a
Did
Legion Go.
Did you guys hear that Microsoft is no longer doing Xboxes? They're not no longer making
Yeah,
consoles at all.
Yeah.
no more physical consoles. That everything's an Xbox is their move. It honestly, it's smart. Microsoft has never been in the business of making physical hardware. They've always been a software company first. So it makes sense to just make their money on software and put out the games in the hands of the most people possible. And that is kind of the good thing about their whole everything's an Xbox movement that they've got going on right now
Dude, you
is
want to know
that
what's funny? Sorry to interrupt you, but I had either the craziest fit of deja vu or we've had this conversation.
We've definitely talked
deja
about
vu.
Microsoft being a software company, but I don't know if we talked about that Xbox was going to no longer be around.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I've been
Maybe I'm just
following the
really high,
story.
dude, because I felt like I heard the exact same spiel from Sean before.
You
Like,
probably
wait,
did just have deja vu, which is
wow.
great. But yeah, like literally this just it makes sense from a business standpoint for them. I also don't think after the PS6, PlayStation will make another physical console like that. I think what's going to happen like like I said, ROG Ally, Legion Go. These are two Windows operating system handhelds designed for gaming. And now the Legion Go S is about to drop, and this one is loaded with Steam OS. So it's literally got a Steam native operating system like the Steam Deck on it. So it's just a Lenovo product instead of a Steam Deck. Um, that I think is the future of where consoles in that effect go. I think you're also going to start seeing, because I'm already seeing them on some like tech sites. They're calling them a gaming PC, but not a gaming PC. So the idea is think of trying to cram everything for a gaming PC into a mini PC. So the uh, you'll have the tiny little box, and you'll just plug PC peripherals into it, and that's how you'll operate for all your games. So it's going to be an interesting world of tech, and it's all happening very fast. And to add to all that, you can have haptic vests and gloves and all that.
We've
How
come a
great
long
could,
way from the Power Glove, boys.
right? Like, how crazy is that? You could be playing Fortnite, and every time you jump, you feel it in your body. Every time you friggin' get shot, you feel it in the body. Like, it's it's pretty wild.
Oh, the times, baby. 2025. What a time to be alive.
It is it is a crazy, crazy world that we are going into for tech, and personally, I'm excited to see what happens. But we don't have time for any more of that because we are at the end of our run here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and start us off with Uncle Chris bringing us home.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you. As always, go to shedtimepodcast.com. Come by Frames, Janklin Vapors YouTube for Friday night's Green Room episodes, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I think that that's everything for me. So everybody be safe. Have a good week. Live your best life. James.
As always, huge shout outs to all the Shedheads for you guys' continuous support. Make sure you're still leaving those 5-star reviews, like, subscribe, follow if you guys are liking what you're hearing here. Of course, check us out on Friday over on my YouTube channel. Like Chris said, if you want to get a little double dose of us. Other than that, I'm gonna end it as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Chris by fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and a little bag or dab will do ya.
That is a fact, my friends. So one last time, SHedtimePodcast.com has links to everything, the Patreon, the merch store, the Frames Jank Vapor channel, and so much more. So with that, I'm going to tell you, don't let the best get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun. Because this is the Shedtime Podcast. And it's time to blow one up and blow one out. And then when you got the munchies, you can eat some snackies, and everything will be all right.